speed. Today's gonna be a little bit different. Well, when I say a little bit different, obviously not gonna be BMW. Today, you can tell by the title, you can tell by the thumbnail, and every other thing that you can tell stuff by. Today we're gonna be focused on a Mercedes. For the most part, I'm gonna pop the trunk, show you guys a couple things that we got. Take these off. I'm done being a cool guy for you guys. 66,000 miles on this car right now. Just hit 66,000. With a lot of miles comes maintenance. Now, ideally, I would say you'd want to change these things out around maybe the 50,000 mile mark. However, this car is used. We don't really know what's been done to it before. But now we got a message in there that says Service B is like required or recommended or whatever the case may be. Looked up Service B. I'll give you guys a list of things right here or right here, what Service B entails. I'm not 100% familiar with these chassis right here, so bear with me a little bit. Looked up a few things, done some research, kind of figure out what are the common problems that happens with these things, how long certain things last on these cars. We're gonna go a little bit deeper in there. What you should do, in my opinion, about I would say 66,000 miles or when Service B is recommended. So pretty expensive. What I ended up doing is logging on the FCP Euro. Hope they sponsor me. They don't sponsor me, but I hope they do one day. We're on FCP Euro, and we got a bunch of things. We're gonna tally it up, tell you guys how much it costs and the benefit about ordering stuff off of FCP Euro. But first things first, before we go to the trunk and figure out what we have and what we're missing, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little update on the car. So many of you guys know, walk with me. These cars, German cars, come with run flat tires. If you look right here, there's no more run flats on the car. Run flats. New York City potholes or Philly potholes, Jersey potholes. Jersey potholes are crazy, but you get what I'm, North Jersey, like Jersey City, stuff like that. Newark, crazy. But yeah, so basically they come with the run flats. God awful. The tire will kill the rim, and then it will kill the tire. So hit a crazy pothole with this right here. Looking at replacing run flats, you should never replace just one tire, especially on these like intelligent all-wheel drive cars. They need like the same tread depth and all that crap. When Tire Rack picked up these for about, I would say like $300 to $400. Do a little review, got to test them out, see how they drive. Right now, I will say that it rides so much smoother. The Mercedes-Benz comfortable suspension with a softer tire on there, oh boy, night and day. However, like I said, do a little review. We're gonna drive on it, see if I recommend these to you guys. If you're on C300s, 3 Series, 4 Series, any car that comes with run flats, and you're not really a performance driver, you don't really drive the car performance-wise, I think these tires will be pretty good, but we'll see. So one of the main things that, like I said, I don't like about run flats is how rough they are. They're a little bit noisy, and the fact that the sidewall is so stiff that it could blow out the rim, damage the rim, causing you to spend more money. Same thing, if we would have got a replacement run flat, we would have risked that as well. And on top of that, one tire would be the only one covered. We just swapped out all four. All 4 tires are covered by a Tire Rack. So, pop the trunk, and everything is a freaking mess. So, give me a second. I'm gonna take everything and shift it to the front of the car. So pardon me, I know you guys love to look at my eyes, all right? But I gotta have the glasses on, okay? I can't find everything. We're gonna go over the list to make sure we got everything that we ordered, but I highly doubt we did because, well, I feel like we're missing a few things. I'm gonna go from left to right. That'll make it easier for me, okay? So come over here on the left. So over here you see, picked up some filters. Now, one was supposed to be a cabin filter, one was supposed to be an engine filter. I opened these up. This would look like more of the engine filter. It may be, but I don't. It says cabin air filter on the box. Now this car may have 2 cabin air filters. I don't know. However, this one says cabin air filter. It looks more like the engine air filter. We will open that up, take it out, and we're gonna find out obviously. And this one clearly has a like charcoal activated looking thing, which is like a telltale sign of the cabin air filter. Next up, we got the oil. In my BMW, you guys know I run the same stuff liquid moly, 5W40, same weight and everything. This oil weight and brand is approved for the Mercedes 2-liter turbo. It's approved, it will work. You can either choose 0W40 or 5W40. I don't think it's a huge difference. Maybe the 0W is a little easier for in the winter time, but it's about May. We're approaching summer. Cars are gonna run a little hot anyway, so 5W40 is perfectly fine. I run it in my car, I drive the piss out of it. It does well. You get 7 quarts. Thing with the turbo and all the lines, I guess, takes a lot more oil. On the side of that, we have some Textar like anti-squeal braking stuff. I apply that to some of the metal surfaces on the brake pad, but never apply it to anything that goes on the rotor because you have a bad day. Continue going right. We got spark plugs. We got 4 spark plugs for the car, 4-cylinder, obviously. We picked up the front brake pad wear sensor and oil pan drain bolt. Also comes in the box is the oil filter. It's by a company called Heinz. All this stuff I put down below. I'll put the price in and everything. You know, simple, plain and simple. It comes with the O-rings in there as well. Guys, remember to change your O-rings. They come with O-rings. Change them. It was 428 that I did. He had a leak, and for the longest time I told him maybe tightened it a little bit too much, cracked something. I was just thinking along the lines of that. I actually went to go look at the car, popped the hood and all, and I seen straight off the bat they didn't even tighten it all the way. So the main problem is they didn't tighten it, and the O-ring seals were like really hard, and it was leaking by. So I stress guys, change the O-rings. If you guys are doing it by yourself, change them, because you got nobody to blame. I don't think there's anything special about windshield wipers, as long as they get the rain, sleet, snow, hail off the goddamn windshield. I mean, all this technology in them is cool, but not really my thing. We got brakes. So Textar, I looked up some of the brands that supply Mercedes-Benz with OEM brake pads. This car is not really a performance car. We're not trying to make it a performance car, but what we do want is to maintain the same OEM or OE standards on the car. You can get different brakes like Duralast, Gold, or whatever the hell you want to get, right? But what happens is you put those brake pads on and they feel a little different and they wear out a little quicker. That's just what I've come to know, right? So what I did was looked up some OEM companies, and we found out that Textar makes OEM brakes for Mercedes, along with, I forgot the other ones, but I want to say maybe Akabono. I don't know, I don't remember, but Textar is one of them, and Textar was available for this car, so we went ahead and did it. This is the rear brake pads. I don't really care about showing you guys this one. However, the front brake pads, I gotta show you because it makes me jealous. These are some huge ass brake pads. These things are freaking massive. They're massive because, well, the brakes on this sucker is massive. Calipers and rotors, this comes from factory like this, are absolutely huge, and they just straight up trump the ones that are on my 435. The ones on my 435 look cool until somebody pulls up in something like this. I've seen a lot of non-AMG Mercedes, like the 63s, come with big ass brakes like this. The 43s, I can kind of see it, but on the C300, you're telling me you get big ass brakes like that. Mercedes, you know what you're doing. It looks nice. On the specific wheels, or you know, buy the bigger brakes or whatever the case would be. This is like the AMG Sports package, so you can equivalent that to like the M Sport. It's not a full-on AMG. It's like kind of like an M Sport or like an AMG Sports package. I have to applaud Mercedes for that because they did it very tasteful. There's but so many AMG logos on here because, well, we all know it's really not an AMG, but it has little sporty, tasteful mods to it. BMW put an M everywhere. Even on the new ones, they put an M in front of the goddamn 340. But AMGs, they're really loud, so you know it's not an AMG by the goddamn exhaust. So obviously you can tell, put everything back because, well, I'm not doing this right now. I brought no tools. Well, I brought one thing because I wanted to check. I wanted to open up the air box to check to see is that actually the right engine filter. So I might be doing that in a little bit, but other than that, guys, I'm not gonna be doing it right now. If it is the right one, I'll swap it out. I might swap the windshield wipers, things that we can do that require little to no tools. Oil change, not gonna happen. Now, I went ahead and I did it big because if y'all know me, I'd be half-assing everything. So what I did was this time I picked up an actual filter. I mean, oh my God. I picked up an actual funnel so that I don't be spilling oil everywhere here and there, because I don't want to be driving around and smelling oil like I do in a goddamn BMW all the time. Yeah, went ahead and picked up the funnel so I don't miss, right? Perfect aim. You can't mess this up. Now they had a 8-quart or 9-quart container. I was gonna be cheap and get that because only maximum 7 quarts could possibly come out of the engine, and that would have been enough. But the splash thing wasn't deep enough. I didn't want to pull it out, splash over the car, and make this pointless. One thing I love about this is I can go ahead and seal it up, hold it for a little bit, and then pour it out at the local authorized location. Yeah, all right. Anyway, so obviously you guys can see we're missing a couple things. Right off the bat, we're missing the Serpetine belt. Serpetine belt was about, I would say, maybe 10, 15 bucks. I would recommend changing that as well. In order to access the oil filter, we got to take this little piece off right here, which looks like it's on its way off anyway. We got to take this off to access the oil filter. So why not go ahead, you know, 1, 2, 3. It's a little 4-cylinder motor. The belt ain't that crazy to change. You'd rather have a fresh belt on there than an old, dried up, crackly, wrinkly belt. And it popped, like the one on my BMW did. I would consider these, all the things that we purchased, I would give it the maximum, maybe a 2 or 3 out of 10. And the reason why I even stretched to give it a 3 is just because maybe some tools you might not have, just like maybe like a little Torx or something like that. The oil filter tool, who knows, right? So I'll break out more in depth when I'm actually doing those things in a later video. Spark plugs, you just literally pop that up. All of these covers, they're not really held on by anything. These spark plugs you can access, boop, boop, boop. You're gonna go ahead, obviously use a Torx. Looks like maybe a T35 or T40. Go ahead and pop those ignition coils off and take out the plug. This car, thankfully, the motor sits straight up and down like it's supposed to. It's not on that BMW slant. So it looks like it should go straight down there. No need for any freaking swivel extenders. I forget what you call them, but looks like we'll be good to go. Shouldn't be hard. 4-cylinder car, so the motor pretty much stops right here, and you don't need to worry about taking off any cowling or anything like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 should be good to go. Now, one thing I am upset about is that Mercedes-Benz can put an air-to-water intercooler, air-to-water in the 2-liter motors, in 2016, but I still got an air-to-air in my 435. Tight. The main reason is not for cooling. We all know, I think cooling is controversial, and that might be another video. Which one's better? You know, performance-wise, the air-to-water is definitely better because the intake piping is not as long. It doesn't have to go all the way to the front and then back up. When the turbo starts to spool, boop, boop, straight into the motor. So that's pretty much the extent of some of the things that we're going to be doing. Like I said, we're going to make videos every step by step of how to do it, just not right now. And last but not least, this is pretty much all aesthetics. Picked this up a long time ago, just never got around to installing it. Carbon fiber front lip for the car. Now, 2 reasons I went in and picked this up. 1, it was cheap and it came with the diamond grille. And 2, this car is not lowered. It does have a little bit of cracking in it. Throw it in the car, see how nice it looks. Add a little bit of sportiness to this car. I mean, it is a AMG sports package, right? While I'm putting this away, we're gonna go through a little update. If you guys checked out my other video, you'll see that we got some damage to the front. Headlight was cracked. We went ahead and replaced the headlight for 300 bucks. But we have some buckling right here in the fender, so this has to either be repaired or replaced. Same scratches on the bumper. We come back here, we got dent right here. That has to be popped out as well. And hold on. Now, if you want me to be 100% honest with you, only the huge stuff I noticed, the little stuff I didn't. But I went ahead and hit up Finesse Auto. I'll put his information down below. He went ahead and took the dents out of the 435, and he kind of put me on game to some of these other dents, and I just started seeing stuff that was just there, and it's starting to bug me now because this car is so clean, and I kind of wanted to stay that way. So I noticed we have some. Let me see if I can take my glasses off. We got a little like nick right here. I don't know if that works on the camera. There's also one more, like little things that bug me, like this clip piece gonna bug me to the point where I'm gonna take this whole thing off and try to find a clip or something that would make sense of it. If you come on the side, there's another dent on here somewhere. I can't find it, but it's on here. My guy's gonna take care of that. Just had to find a time where the schedules align. He'll go ahead, pop up to the house. I'm gonna get those things taken care of in the later videos. Like I said, today, probably gonna put the wipers on because they're easy. I'll check the air filter box and get this thing clean. You hold it like you're about to turn on the windshield wipers and you just turn the car off. The same length, you can't mess it up. Some cars, the driver's side is a little bit longer, but on this one, they're the same. So you can put them on either one. So that was in fact the wrong filter. We gotta get the proper filter. So which leads me to believe this car has 2 cabin filters, which would make sense that the box was a cabin filter. The next video, I'm gonna walk through a little bit more step by step. Just wanted to get the windshield wipers out of the way because they were super freaking easy. A couple things, guys, I forgot to mention. Total, oh my God, I'm sweating crazy. So guys, I forgot to mention that everything in total is about $350. And the good thing about FCP is that everything is covered for life. So this will be the last set of brake pads, last set of windshield wipers, even the last oil and oil filter that you pretty much have to pay for. Now shipping costs, I think it's on you, ordering it and returning it. To my knowledge, what FCP does is you order the new part, then when you get the new part, you will install it and uninstall the old one, send the old one back in, and they credit you the money. As far as oil goes, have yet to try it. Want to, but I have yet to. Now this is great for you DIYers because you save a ton of money on maintenance, and it makes owning cars like this a lot more appealing and affordable. I'm not sure where, maybe it was before my time, but it was like common knowledge that these cars are a pain to work on and they cost a lot of money when you take it to things like the dealership, which still holds true now, but in all honesty, it's 2020, and if you take a Honda or a Nissan to the dealership, the price ain't that different for a lot of stuff versus a Mercedes. And I know you guys might not agree with me, but all dealerships charge a lot. All dealerships charge a lot, and these cars may have gotten easier to work on, but I found that BMW, Mercedes, I'm not too familiar on Audi, but BMW, Mercedes typically require a little bit more steps because extra things have to be removed to access certain other things. But for the most part, especially with these small turbo motors, everything's pretty accessible. That being said, I'm gonna get out of here. This is Mike from Slow Speed. Sunny, beautiful day, very hungry, gotta go.